What's up, Tiny Track Crew? Today, we have 16 trucks taking to this open circuit. In spot number 1, we have a Mazda Ripu. In spot number 2, we have a Volkswagen Caddy. In spot number 3, we have a Ram Rebel. I'm not sure how he's going to do with the off-road tires. And in last but not least spot in this group, we have the Ford F-150 Lightning. And of course, you should be looking for Pete. He's hiding around the track somewhere. He's eating popcorn. You can't miss him. Unless he's hiding really good, and then you can't miss him. They're at the top, and it is the Caddy and the Lightning in the far lane, going around the outside the long ways. The Dodge Ram Rebel trying to make it past the Mazda Ripu. Over the jump they go. We have a tabletop landing here, which is a very, very rough landing, folks. And these trucks sometimes have a higher center of gravity. This is going to be interesting. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be interesting. We did change up this track to make that landing a little more tapered, a little less rigid in future videos, but not this one, folks. So it's gonna be a game of survival. Can your vehicle survive? And I said your because yes, if you're playing in our DIECAST Racing Fantasy League, you picked 4 of these trucks who you think are gonna podium, and if any of them do podium, you earn points and climb the leaderboard. Ripu and Ram through the side and down towards the finish line they go. Ram Rebel rolls it over the finish line jump. The Ripu does not make it, and the Ram takes first place in race number 1, and he's the only one that finishes. We are off to an interesting start, folks. 3 DNFs, which means you did not finish, and you get 0 points. The point system for our tournaments here is 5, 3, 2, 1, and of course 0 if you don't finish. They're back up at the top for race number 2, folks. Are any of these trucks gonna be fast enough to clear that tabletop? If you can get up and over that tabletop, the landing is smooth. But if you case that landing, well, these cars have no suspension. The Ford F-150 trying to make the move, cases the jump, so does the Volkswagen Caddy. Here comes the Rebel. I think maybe the move is go slow over the jump. Rebel gets by, the Ripu gets stuck. Rebel in reverse, trying to make it down to the finish line. Is he gonna be able to scoot his way all the way down to the finish line? Those big knobby tires rolling and moving and grooving, and now he's in reverse, and you don't wanna be in reverse because there's jumps, and you never wanna take jumps in reverse because this happens. You roll over. But he did finish. Mazda Ripu also finishes and comes in second, earns himself 3 points. The Ram is on his way to a flawless victory, which is 4 races with 5 points. Means first place all the time. They're back up at the top. The green goobers in the back and the brown. Why would you? Yeah, brown. It's just brown, like light brown. Are they going to be able to get enough air to get over the jump? Yes, the Lightning does it. The Volkswagen Caddy does not. Lightning spins around to see where its competition's at. There is nobody around. This car, this truck, this thing is going to be going down. This Mustang with the truck body down across the finish line. Across the finish line. Is that the cameraman? Did he just get hit? Or was that guy already laying down? There is a man down at the finish line, folks. Was it the Mustang disguised as an F-150 Lightning? I don't know. But the Ram is out front with 13 points, and he is a shoo-in for the next round. Who will be joining him? We find out right now. The F-150 seems a little fast. Will he be pushing the Ram over the jump? What's going to happen when that F-150 comes flying into the backside of this Ram? Well, hold your horses, because we find out right now. Up and over they go. The Ram takes it too fast. Rebel upside down. Ripu out in front. Here comes the Lightning, trying to catch up the pack, and the Volkswagen Caddy is still just doing nothing. The Caddy made the jump that time, though. But spins it around backwards, doesn't have enough speed. Does he get by the Ram Rebel? He gets hung up in there because you're driving in reverse. Down towards the finish line he goes. It is the Ripu. I love saying Ripu. Ripu cases the jump. F-150 Caddy, and then the Rebel slides to a screeching halt, but I believe the Ram Rebel was able to get enough points in the first 3 races to not have to worry. Down towards the finish line, it is the F-150 in second, Volkswagen Caddy in third, and here the Rebel is rocking and grooving and moving, and we have a tie, and it's a tiebreaker challenge, overtake challenge, folks, because they have the same exact scores. Each of them has a 5, each of them has a 3, and each of them has 2 DNFs. So we do not know who to give the inside lane to. So they do an overtake challenge. Yes, we run these cars until the back car makes an overtake. We'll run them as long as we have to. That was a dirty move. The F-150 Lightning launches the Ripu, hits him at the perfect time, launches him up and off of the track. It has to be a Ford, doesn't it? It always has got to be a Ford. The F-150 is in reverse. He's just going to walk away with this one. Down towards the finish line, he will make his overtake with ease. Here he goes, crossing the finish line, making that jump in reverse. Overtake successful. However, the Mazda did not have a chance at making an overtake because he started in the back. So if the F-150 can get out in front and cross the finish line first, the F-150 will move on. If the Ripu makes an overtake right here, we will continue with this overtake challenge. It looks like nothing is going to touch this F-150. He's up on his side. He's on his roof. Oh no, he's on his roof. Oh no, the Ripu's on his wheels. What is going to happen? F-150 gets some solid air, but spins around. I thought he was going to be able to save it, but he slaps up onto his hood. Did he wax his roof? Oh no, off the pole he goes. Here comes the Ripu in reverse around the F-150. Is he going to make the overtake? Make the overtake? Ass? Oh, put the pass? Woo! It's an overtake challenge, folks, and he does it. That means we keep going. I think the record on these things is actually 14. I believe my amazing watchers, my amazing viewers, my amazing subscribers who join us live every Friday night at these tournaments, they've made the count, and 14 may be the record. I think we've tied it. Oh, F-150 trying to make a move on that Ripu, jumping over him into his trunk. Maybe they're trying to get a free ride, because, you know, why not? Down to the last turn they go. The F-150 pushing. On the inside he goes. F-150 on the inside of the Ripu. Do you like to call it an F-150? Or do we call it a Ford Lightning? F-150 Lightning? Lightning. Thunder. Ka-chow. Down across the finish line, the F-150 does make an overpass and move on. The Ripu will get one more chance right here, folks. He'll get one chance at the overtake. If he does not overtake this time, the F-150 will move on, and the Ripu will stay back in the tournament. Will not go to round number 2, will not collect $200, will not... I actually want to play Monopoly. That sounds really, really fun. F-150 on his roof again. Can he get down the track all the way, or will the Ripu... Oh no, off the pole again. Here comes the Ripu. Don't even tell me the Ripu is going to overtake. The Ripu pushing on the F-150. F-150 trying to make a block, spinning around, hitting him with everything he's got, and the F-150 was successful in stopping the Ripu from the overtake. So that means the Ripu does not get an overtake and will not move on. We have a Dodge Ram Rebel and an F-150. This time we have a custom Ford Maverick. We have an off-road Toyota truck with a lift kit, which is the high center of gravity, which probably isn't the best idea for this track, but we'll find out how it works out for him. We have a white, beautiful Studebaker, and then we have a sweet Datsun. Yes, we do. That is a Datsun Sunny truck. And hopefully that Sunny truck can get his sunny buns down the track and over the jump and not case the landing. We'll see. 4 new trucks, 4 new races. Which one is going to have the speed to clear this jump? Is it going to be the Maverick, custom Maverick out there? Is it going to be the Toyota truck? Over the jump it goes, bouncing around. The Toyota doesn't make it, but it looks like that truck has some killer suspension on it. Bounces, lands it. The Maverick's on his roof. I hope he I hope he, yeah. This is why I don't freestyle, you know? I gotta hire someone. Is anyone a freestyle rapper in here? I'm gonna commission you for some jingles. Let me know in the comments if you think you're a good rapper, but not the kind that raps presents for Christmas. That's the Alps. Back to the top we go, and the Toyota truck moves to the front right, which is the pole position. What will he be able to do from the front right? The Maverick right behind him, pushing on him. The Sunny truck not doing so hot, and the Studebaker starting in the back again has not been able to show his speed yet again. There he goes, gets by the Sunny truck. With the Studebaker, yep, there he goes, gets by the Maverick there. Down towards the finish line, we have another truck on its roof. The Studebaker pushing along. Can the Studebaker get by? That's a dirty move. We don't like to see that. That is a dirty move. And then, here we go, Studebaker on the inside of the Sunny truck. Both the Sunny truck and the Studebaker make it by the inside of that Ford Maverick. Studebaker breaks away from the Sunny truck just a little bit. I thought he was going to be able to get by this Toyota truck, but we'll see what happens right here. He pushes on him. Toyota truck on his roof. I'm not sure if this Toyota truck's going to be able to take the jump. Studebaker on the outside. Studebaker gets by and crosses the finish line. Toyota truck gets pushed across the finish line, and the Sunny truck does not make it, folks. What an amazing finish. Slow this down for you and watch this action right here. The Sunny truck was coming in with some speed, but blocked by the Toyota truck, who gets second place and takes 3 points and is now ahead in points. Off-road truck ahead in points. They rotate. The 2 cars that started in the back are now in the front, and the vice versa. It's front and the back to the front. And now that the Sunny truck has no one in front of him. We'll see if he can make the jump. That Sunny Truck is poor jumping. Is it like too low, too underpowered? What's going on with that Sunny Truck? Tires too small, can't get rolling. I'm not even sure. Over the jump, we'll watch it again, slow motion. It looks like the Maverick went to jump in the back of the Studebaker. The Toyota Truck is sideways in reverse now, trying to get pushed by the other two cars, doing everything he can to hold on to that second place position, but I don't think it's gonna stick. The Studebaker gets by. The Sunny Truck is out in front. Here comes the Sunny Truck. Who's gonna clear the finish line double? Not the Sunny Truck, not the Studebaker, not the Maverick, not the Toyota. None of them. But while it was a close finish, we'll slow it down for you real slow and see who got second, third, and fourth. Cool barrel roll by the Maverick. That was super cool. Wow-wee. I could watch that a couple times. That was fun. You he didn't barrel roll off the jump. He barrel rolled onto the landing. Well, ricocheted off the landing into a barrel roll, which probably would hurt. Yeah, it would hurt. Into the next turn they go, down to the jump and up in the air. Maverick doesn't make it, but he's able to hold on to it. The Toyota Truck seems to be pretty stable. That truck, believe it or not, is actually fairly stable because it has a metal base. So it's got a little bit lower center of gravity because that weight down low, you know what I'm saying? Maverick across the finish line. Studebaker blows it. Toyota Truck slides across, and then, yes, the Sunny Truck gets there as well. Unfortunately, the Studebaker was just causing some chaos. We'll slow it down for you here. I want to watch this Toyota Truck launch over top of the Studebaker. Right there, boom. Here comes the Sunny Truck. Boom. Doesn't even touch him, but he does get by. Toyota hangs on by 2 tires, crosses the finish line, breaks that plane, and collects 3 points. He wins this group with 12 points, and the Datsun Sunny Truck is going on despite being extremely slow. This next round is going to be interesting, folks. These trucks are slow out there. I hope the right-hand side of the bracket can bring some speed. I want to see some trucks clear this tabletop jump. Right here, we have a Datsun 620, another Datsun truck, almost the same color as that Sunny Truck. Then we have an old Chevy 1500. Looks like some sort of NASCAR truck from the track. And then we have a GMC Cyclone. Wow-wee, what a cool looking purple mean machine. And then last but not least in this group, we have a Chevy C10. Lowered front end, staggered tires. I'm not sure how that thing's gonna do. Usually the square-bodied front end trucks are a little bit tricky. They rub too much in the corners. But we'll see what happens. This Chevy 1500 stock truck thing has a metal base. We'll see how he can do. He tries to clear the jump, but does not make it. He's back on his tires, folks. What an amazing jump combo move there. And he's showing his speed. We're gonna watch this again. Watch the air. Whoa, we have a Cyclone off the track. Did you guys even see it the first time? I did not see that the first time. Cyclone off the track. I was trying to watch this 1500 make the jump, which he did not, by the way. But dang, he got close, and the Cyclone is off the track. 1500, once he's in this open track, he's got some speed. He's gonna clear this jump. Here's the jump with ease. Here comes the rest of the pack on their roofs. Does not have enough. You gotta wax your roof, ya ding-dongs. 1 car finish, 3 cars DNF. The exact situation we had in group number 1. But we rotate again, 2 Chevy trucks up front. Then we have the GMC and the Datsun in the back. The 1500 looking good and looking smooth. The C10 with some air out there as well, trying to make the jump. Barrel rolls off the track. The Cyclone's off the track. The 1500's off the track. Holy moly, holy cannoli. Oh no! Now the C10 rolls up on his roof. The Datsun gets by on the outside. Is the Datsun gonna finish? Is the C10 gonna finish on his roof? What just happened? Those cars had no contact with each other, but they split off in separate directions. That's the magnet effect I'm talking about. When you're too close, when metal's too close and you're rubbing and grinding, sometimes it can be like a magnet. This is all made up. It actually doesn't do that. But they did split off and go different ways off the track. Cool triple axle there by the Datsun. Lands it in reverse and crosses the finish line. I'm gonna watch that move again. Wow! That was like, if you were in gymnastics, that's like a round off. And the Chevy C10 with another DNF. We have 2 cars with 5 and 2 cars with 0, folks. Anything can happen because there's so many DNFs. Literally, all it takes is winning 1 race and getting second in a race, and you could win the entire championship. We're gonna see this C10 get pushed by the 1500. We'll see they're on the outside lane, the fast lane, and see if they make the jump. It's ugly, folks, but cars make the jump. The Cyclone's on his roof, and the C10 is moving out there. He's moving and grooving. What is even happening there? 1 car landed on his side. 1 car wanted to land in a bed of a truck. Holy cannoli. Yes, drink. This is a drinking game. Every time I say holy cannoli, you have to drink. I don't care if it's water or not. Get your drink that you're drinking while you're watching here and take a sip, baby. But if you have Coors Light, you win. You win an extra point. We have 1 car finish, 3 car DNF again, and I'm not sure why I'm saying car because these are trucks. We have 3 with 5. So if any of those 3 just cross the finish line, first and second, they automatically move on. We'll see what happens right now. This is the 4th and final race in this group. And yet, the car with 0 points is out in front. Datsun gets pushed by the 1500 and makes the tabletop. Great move, but they're all getting... Oh no, the 1500's off the track. After pushing on the Cyclone, flies off the track completely. Oh yeah, look at that. The 1500 hit the back of the Datsun, launching him up, getting some air. But watch this 1500. He tries to push on the rest of the pack, moves to the outside. Oh no, he doesn't. The Cyclone hits the pole, launching the Datsun into the 1500, and then the Chevy 1500 goes off of the track. Wow, what a chain reaction we saw there. Wow, holy smokes. We have 4 DNFs from that GMC Cyclone. I thought that Cyclone was going to do better. Datsun crosses the finish line just barely, and the Chevy C10 crosses the finish line. Those will be the 2 moving on. Unfortunately, the 1500 will remain with 5 points because he flew off the track. That's the first perfect 0-0-0-0. And I'm not gonna say dirty sweep because that's a different channel. Go watch more of my videos. Last group, we have the custom Chevy F-150 Lightning. The Ford F-150 Lightning. And then we have a Cybertruck, the only EV car in this group. Then we have an 83 Chevy Square Body. Oh yeah, baby. And then we have an old Chevy Stepside there from 1969. That's a Hot Wheels art car, as you can tell by the art on the side of the car. But it's a truck. But they don't have a Hot Wheels art truck series. It's a Hot Wheels art car series. But it's the truck. Explain that to me. Up and up the jump they go. The F-150 Lightning is on his roof. This 83 Chevy Square Body pushing his way through. Then the Stepside Chevy comes flying in. The Cybertruck's on his roof. Another group and another round of craziness. We have 2 Chevy trucks who seem to be doing pretty good. A Cybertruck that ends up on his roof. You think he's got like a Cyber Quad in the back of that thing? That is the Hot Wheels ID Cybertruck. It is the only Cybertruck without knobby tires. Fun fact for you. Down towards the finish, time to go. Does the Lightning make it? The Lightning hits the ramp, and that's a close finish. It's a photo finish, folks. We're gonna have to take a closer look at that one and see if the Stepside Chevy or the F-150 Lightning finish first, and it looks like the red Chevy art truck right there crosses the finish line in second and earns himself 3 points. This is race number 1. This is group 3. Only 2 of these cars will be moving on to the finals. Folks, I wanna say this again. I have an app. It's a web app. fantasy.tinytrackcars.com, and you can go there and make an account, and you get to pick your cars in my races, and you earn points, and you climb the leaderboard. It's like playing fantasy football, but it's for DIECAST Racing, and it's free to play, and I want you to be there. So go sign up. The link is in the video description. It's fun. It gets you invested in my races. We hang out on Friday nights, and we all watch it live together, but you can watch it later if you need to. And yeah, lock your picks in, earn some points, have fun. Add some friends, play against them. It's a separate league for your friends. There's a separate premium league if you want to earn some prizes. It is a bunch of fun, and I want to see you there. If you've joined, let me know in the comments. Be like, right, fantasy, heck yeah, in the comments. Another crazy race. The Cybertruck is up on his tail end across the finish line. Chevy trucks get 3rd, or 4th and 2nd on that one, and it was, first and third for the Chevy trucks because the Ford DNF'd. Another crazy group, at least in the next round 2, the slower cars will be out of it, and hopefully we have a few cars that can make this jump. And also, because I was getting DNFs, I was messing around with the angle of the takeoff and the angle of the landing, and I think I softened it up a little bit before the end of this video, so we had a few more successful runs. Whoa, Chevy truck so fast, he's up on his side, but what happened on the jump? The F-150 went sailing, hit the back of the 83 Chevy, and went off the track. That's gonna be another DNF for that F-150 Lightning. Custom. That's a newer F-150 Lightning. I believe that might be EV as well. Is that car EV? That Lightning? Let me know in the comments if that F-150 Lightning Custom is the EV. If not, I misspoke, saying the Cybertruck was the only EV, but the new Lightnings are, in fact, electronic vehicles ran by batteries and not petro. And why the heck would you do that? Into the last race we go. We have the Chevys leading the pack, except for the one. It's tied with the Cybertruck at 8 points. Let's hope the Cybertruck doesn't move on. That's what I'm rooting for. Don't tell anybody, even though I said it out loud. I want the Chevy trucks to move on. So go Chevy trucks. F-150 up on his side. He's going to block the Cybertruck. No, he's back on his tires. He's back on the track, and he's in reverse on his tires, and he might be the only one to finish this one, folks. He's the only one on his tires. That was incredible. On his tires, after rolling over, down towards the finish line. We're going to watch that again. Up onto 2 wheels, up on his roof, hits the jump, gets hit by a Chevy truck and a Cybertruck. Back on his tires, in reverse. The Chevy truck's on his roof. The Chevy C10 is on his side. Chevy Square Body is on his side. We'll see what happens to the Square Body. Does he stay on his side? Does he get back on his tires? Yep, onto his roof he goes, but he has a very small roof, and it's wax, ladies and gentlemen. So I can imagine he might cross the finish line if he can get over that jump. F-150 makes his first win, and the Cybertruck whacks the other Chevy truck into a cameraman, and yes, we have deaths. 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 We're going to watch that again because we love splatting, and we love gore, and we love blood, even though these little 164s people, they don't bleed. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. Man, I want to go watch that movie. Chevy truck moves on, and we have a tie. And that means an overtake challenge because they have the same exact scores, folks. So I'm going to sit back, and you're going to watch this beautiful overtake challenge unfold between this C10 69 Chevy Stepside and this Cybertruck. All right, and just like that, after a crazy battle back and forth, come some DNFs, the 69 custom Chevy truck overtakes the Cybertruck, and we'll move on to the finals. 2 Chevy trucks, 3 Chevy trucks on the right-hand side of the bracket with the Datsun. We have a Dodge, a Ram, a Dodge, a Toyota, and a Datsun on the left-hand side. We have 2 off-road vehicles back on the track. This is round number 2, folks, and they are out of there again. Off-road trucks in one lane, and the Ford F-150 Lightning and the Datsun Sunny truck in the other lane. We'll see if I adjusted the jump up and over. The F-150 lands it successfully. The Dodge Ram lands it successfully, and the Toyota truck lands it successfully. This might be the first race that we have all 4 tires on the trucks. I mean, all 4 trucks on their tires. And that's 16 tires, if you count them up, because I have math skills. Down towards the finish line, The Toyota truck takes a nasty bang and a boom bang bang. Flips on his roof and gets 0 points. That's what you're gonna get if you suck. I'm gonna tell you, during that overtake challenge, I decided to step back and crank the music, and you know what? It felt good. Looks like front right of that Dodge looks like it has a little bit of wobble in it. Did that thing fly off the track and get some bent axle? Looks like it's not doing so hot, folks, there. The F-150 Lightning over the jump he goes. Yeah, that thing has got some wobble to it. Keep an eye on that front right of that Dodge Ram, and he's not running as fast as he used to. Maybe he took some damage in that jump, or those knobby tires, if they catch a bump, they can really get messed up. Or if the cars flap the track and land on the hard floor, they can, because the knobbies are so knobby, they really do some damage to these little skinny axles. Mattel, they put these big old tires on these trucks, but they don't beef up the axles. You know what? You just end up spinning, breaking drive shafts and U-joints and all other stuff because you gotta upgrade the drivetrain, not just the big old tires, you hillbilly. Actually, that's true. I like lifted trucks, and I wouldn't consider myself a hillbilly. So, didn't mean to stereotype there. Sorry, internet. Don't be mad at me. Here we go, down towards the finish line. The Toyota truck tries to take a move. Wow! That looks like some move from the Olympics. And we have people screaming at the air while sitting in the sitting position. Watch this. He's so excited. He gets hit, and he's still holding formation, screaming. That, or he died like 4 videos ago, and he's just petrified into that position and stuck there on the bench. These people don't really move. They're kind of stationary. Who thinks we should use AI to make the people move? Nah, I won't do that. I'm gonna try to use the least AI as possible. Maybe I'll change my commentary to AI. And then the trucks go down the track. Here comes the Ram. Jump making. That's the worst AI voice I could ever come up with. All right, fire this guy. What the? Oh my God, I'm out of here. What just happened? Oh my gosh, we have to replay that. Watch this spin. It's a full barrel roll, and then the Toyota tries to do it. What is this, a freaking gymnastics competition? Is this the pole vault? Is this the... Pole vault's not gymnastics. That is a different sport. The vault. Isn't the vault springboard? What? Give me some gymnastic sports in the comments that might simulate spinning and landing funky, or not landing funky. All right, we're into the other hand side of the bracket, and we have some red cars, and we have some bluish teal things, and we'll see who can make the jump. Up and over they go. No one really gets some air, but the Datsun did get flipped over on his roof, holding up the 69 Chevy Custom in the back, and the 2 older Chevys. Actually, not older. That 69 Chevy is probably just as older than the 83. Clearly, because 69 is less than 83. And that means older. Down towards the finish, then they go. Chevy 1, Chevy 2, almost gets taken out by a person. Oh, that person gets taken out, and Megan's down. Megan the reporter, slow fall. She's probably okay. She probably just tipped over. But this guy right here in the orange shirt with the camera, he's probably, yep, watch this. Bam. Yep, and that camera guy is pinned against the stairs. Oh, man, this is getting brutal out here, folks. I hope everyone signed their waivers. It's just one of those days when you want to just do commentary, folks. All right, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want a track like this, there's a link in the video description for Spoolheads Racing. You could buy a Spoolheads track that's smaller than this and race in your house. If you use code TTC, you will get 5% off. So if you like my videos, you're like, hey, I want to set up a little track in my house, race some of my Hot Wheels down the track. You can do that. Order it straight from Spoolheads. Link in the video description, which is French for description. Was that French? All right, back to the top. This is race number 3. Chevy's in the right, red cars in the right, Chevy in the Datsun on the left. I don't think the Sunny truck is probably going to move on. I'd imagine we have a Chevy, 2 Chevys in the finals in this end of the bracket. But we'll see. Not a lot of air. 1 Chevy's on his side. He's back on his tires, ladies and gentlemen. That right there was a cool move, and I really, really think that he's fast and furious. Down towards the finish line they go, up and over, trying to get a pass at the last minute, but does not get by. The blue Chevy square body takes it. Chevy number 2 from its 1969 in second, and then the rest of them. And guess what? We have a tie for 11 points going into the finals between the 2 Chevy big old trucks, the big boys, not the little guy. The little guy with the step side, he's so little. He's got the little skinny back end. You gotta get the big old Chevys, you know what I'm saying? All right, we got the C10 right there hitting the jump. 83 Chevy by his side. Datsun Sunny truck taking off. Where is the Datsun Sunny truck going? He's gonna get passed right here on the inside. Chevy truck trying to make a pass. They're side by side. Chevy truck spins out. Down across the finish line. That guy is still there. Why is he still there? He's gonna die again. He's back down on the ground. We'll see if I remember to pick him up or not. Hey, has anyone seen Popcorn Pete? I'm gonna look for Popcorn Pete this next race. And folks, we have our 4 trucks in the finals. It's an F-150 Lightning. It's a off-road Toyota truck. It's a Chevy C10 and an 83 Chevy Square Body. And I know you 83 Chevy Square Body fans are just absolutely stoked right now. I actually really like those trucks. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna collect these A3 Chevys. And I started looking at the price of some of them. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna collect these A3 Chevys. I like them, but I don't like them that much. It's not like an S2000 or a Porsche or some of the other things I really like and collect. I do have a lot of those though, the 83 Chevys. So there's that. But I'm like, $100 for this one? No thanks. I'll buy the ones that are like 10 bucks, because I'm cheap. Up and over, yes! The 83 Chevy Square Body makes an amazing move at the finish line. Watch this. Up and over, passes 2 cars at the finish and takes second place in the finals, folks. That's how you do it. That's how you make moves and get stuff done. That's how you win championships, or at least that's how you get second or third and get a medal. Or a participation award, because everyone's a winner here at Tiny Track Cars. Nope, just kidding. If you don't win, you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm saying? Toyota truck takes a bump by the F-150. This 83 Chevy gets spun around and 3 cars get by him. Watch this. Spins around. Here comes the Toyota. Here comes the Ford. Here comes the C10. That's not good for the 83 Chevy. When double passed there by the C10, he went from 4th down to 2nd. And here he comes down the main straight. Can he make it to 1st? Over what? This happened. I'm pretty sure the 83 Chevy took back 3rd place against the Ford. Yes, he did. It goes Toyota, red, blue, brown right there in that thing. That's how I told you this in the past. When I'm filming, I don't remember cars' names. I don't remember manufacturers' names. I'm just like, this is how I get them across the finish line. Gray, blue, red, brown. And then I record it, the score on my computer, and it adds it up automatically because I have a Google Sheet that has all these mathematics and calculations in there at a time. And I'm rambling while we're seeing cool barrel rolls. I'm pretty sure that's the coolest barrel roll I've seen. That Chevy truck just did a barrel roll, and now he's still in 2nd place. Down across the finish line, Chevy 1-2, Ford, and then, yes, Toyota does make it with those big knobby wobblies, still spinning it across the finish line. Man, that's a good air by that C10. And we do have a casualty. Someone got murdered at the finish line. Please come to the calling hours. It'll be tomorrow at 3:30 to 5:30 at Funeral Home right here at the open circuit where Ben Flatten's buried. Rest in peace, Ben Flatten from Rainier Rally. If you know, you know. Over the jump it goes. Here comes the F-150 trying to make a big move, but does not make a big move. 83 Chevy plowing his way through. Does the Toyota get through? Yes, he gets through and pushes the C10 off the track. Then we have 2 trucks in reverse. We're gonna watch this dirty job done dirt cheap right here. You know what I'm saying? That is what I call a kill shot. Up and over, gets him on his roof and just launches him right off the track. We have a Ford in reverse and a Chevy in reverse down towards the finish line. It's gonna be ugly. It is the Ford in first, Chevy in second, and the Toyota is able to come across again on his roof, but crosses the finish line, folks. And that right there is your winner. The Ford F-150 Lightning, followed by the 83 Chevy. And yes, somehow the Toyota truck makes it on the podium, 3rd place. Thanks so much for watching. Congratulations to the Ford F-150. I hope you earned some points in the Fantasy League. If you want to watch more of my videos, there's going to be a box right there that pops up. Please click it. Watch more content. Until next time, stay tuned, stay passionate, and get ready for more exciting moments right here at Tiny Track Cars. Woohoo! There's going to be some more seconds of this video while I say nothing. except for thank you for being here. Bye.